The cargo bay of the stellar drift hummed with the quiet rhythm of deep space travel. Nia sat cross-legged on the cold metal floor, her toolkit spread before her like a surgeon's instruments. In her calloused hands, she held what remained of humanity's greatest gift to the galaxy, a memory core. Scratched and dented, its crystalline surface clouded with age. "Can you make him work again?" The voice was small, trembling. Nia looked up to find Zekather standing in the doorway, his scaled form barely reaching her shoulder despite being nearly 40 cycles old, young for a Draken, ancient by human standards for a child. His copper eyes, large and luminous in the dim light, glistened with something Nia recognized all too well, grief. In his clawed hands, he clutched a data pad, its screen flickering with corrupted files. "Come here, little dragon," Nia said softly, patting the floor beside her. Zekather shuffled forward, his tail dragging behind him, leaving a faint trail in the dust that accumulated even on the cleanest ships. "Tell me about him," Nia said, taking the pad gently. "Your brother." Zekather's scales rippled a Draken expression of deep sadness. "Velthur. He was everything. Strong, smart. He taught me to fly between the thermal vents on our home world. He showed me the constellation of the first flame." The child's voice cracked. "The plague took him 3 cycles ago. This pad, it's all I have." His voice, his messages, his lessons. Nia examined the device. Human-made, of course. Before the plague, before the Exodus, humanity had given the galaxy something no other species had thought to create. Perfect digital immortality. Not AI, not consciousness transfer, just pristine recordings that captured every inflection, every laugh, every moment worth remembering. The other species had memory, certainly. The Draken had their flame songs, the Centauri had their genetic archives, the Vex had their hive memories, but only humans understood the desperate, clawing need to hold onto the exact timbre of a loved one's voice. The precise way they laughed at a terrible joke. "The core is damaged," Nia murmured, more to herself than to Zekather. "But humans, we're stubborn about memories." She glanced across the bay where Leo worked, his dark hands moving with practiced precision over the ship's nav computer. Her partner, her friend, the last human engineer she knew who still traveled the outer reaches, Leo. She called out, "I need your eyes on this." Leo looked up, pushed his wire-rimmed glasses up his nose in affectation. Really, since human medicine had cured poor vision centuries ago. But Leo claimed they helped him think and walked over. He took one look at Zekather's tear-streaked face and the damaged pad, and his expression softened. "How bad?" he asked. "Corrupted sectors in the emotional matrix. The Draken homeworld's radiation probably degraded the shielding." Leo crouched down, bringing himself to Zekather's eye level. "What's your brother's name, little one?" "Velthur. That's a strong name," Leo said. "A warrior's name. I bet he was brave." Zekather nodded vigorously. "The bravest. When the fire beetles attacked our nest, the child stopped, overwhelmed." Leo placed a gentle hand on Zekather's shoulder. "Then we're going to do everything we can. That's what humans do, we fight for memories. It's kind of our thing." For the next 6 hours, Nia and Leo worked in synchronized silence, a dance perfected over years of partnership. Nia's hands were delicate, surgical, as she extracted the memory core. Leo ran diagnostic after diagnostic, his fingers flying across holographic keyboards, diving into code that even most human engineers had forgotten how to write. Zekather watched, motionless, barely breathing. "The architecture is old," Leo muttered. "Pre-Exodus design. Reed Solomon error correction, triple redundant storage. Whoever built this really didn't want these memories to die. That's because we know," Nia said quietly, "that sometimes memories are all we have left." She thought of her own family. Gone now, their voices preserved in a similar core she kept in her cabin. Her mother's laugh, her father's terrible singing, her sister's whispered secrets. "Got it," Leo suddenly announced. "The corruption wasn't as deep as it looked. The data's fragmentary, but I can rebuild the emotional matrix. It'll take time." "How much time?" Zekather asked, hope kindling in his eyes. 3 days, maybe 4. But Nia added gently, "We need to warn you, he won't be your brother. This is just memory, Zekather. Recordings. Beautiful, precious recordings, but not him." Zekathar's scales rippled again, but differently, with understanding beyond his years. I know, but his voice. Can you save his voice? Leo smiled. Kid, his voice is the easiest part. They work through the night cycles, through exhaustion and cramped muscles. Nia's fingers cramped. Leo's eyes burned. But they didn't stop. This was what humanity did. They preserved. They remembered. They fought against the entropy that claimed all things. On the fourth day, Nia gently placed the repaired pad in Zekathar's trembling hands. Press here, she instructed. Zekathar pressed the icon. For a moment, nothing. Then, Zekathar, little spark, are you ready for your flying lesson? The voice was warm, rich, tinged with the harmonic undertones unique to Draken speech. Zekathar's scales lit up, bioluminescent patterns dancing across his body. Pure joy. Velthar. The child whispered. More recordings played. Lessons about thermal navigation. Stories about ancient Draken heroes. A recording of Velthar singing a lullaby, his voice deep and resonant. Each one perfect, preserved, eternal. Zekathar looked up at Nia and Leo, his copper eyes overflowing. Thank you, he breathed. Thank you for giving him back. Leo knelt down, his voice gentle. We didn't give him back, Zekathar. We can't do that. But we made sure you'll never forget him. That's the promise humans make, that love doesn't end with death. We remember. We always remember. As Zekathar clutched the pad to his chest and left the cargo bay, scales still glowing with happiness, Nia turned to Leo. You know what the other species say about us? What? That humans are the galaxy's memory keepers. That we're obsessed with the past, with holding onto things that are gone. Leo smiled, tired but satisfied. They're right, but they're also wrong. We're not obsessed with the past. We're just unwilling to let the people we love become nothing. And if that makes us different, he shrugged. Then I'm okay with being different, Nia nodded, thinking of all the memory cores they'd repaired over the years, all the voices they'd saved from silence. Humanity might be scattered now, rare in a galaxy teeming with other species. But wherever they went, they carried this gift, the absolute, stubborn refusal to forget. In the cold vastness of space, that was its own kind of immortality.